Hello. Hi. How are you? I'm great. Hi, I'm Tiffany. Welcome to my quilting life. We're going to quilt. We're going to make a quilt. We're going to put a quilt together because technically, in the world of the word quilting, that's the act of physically quilting or on a machine. Technically, we are making the quilt. We're in process, piecing the top. Anyway, I'm just waiting for this to start so that I have a chat somewhere on here in like 5 minutes. Who knows? Because it never is when it needs to be. Chat. Chat. I have an ancient phone here that seems to not want to work properly anymore.
Sure, it is pretty old phone.
Yeah, this is a really, really old phone. All right, we got Delia here, Mona, Sherry, Donna, Dawn, Connie, Karen. Let's see. Bonnie. And I'm probably missing a bunch. Karen. That's another Karen, by the way. Milena. And so many more. Sorry, it's there. A lot of you guys were saying hi, so I was just kind of passing that. So if you don't remember, last week I pulled out the box of scraps from my butterfly quilt. It was called Country Butterfly a while back. Anyway, and then I started making hourglass blocks. And then with the other ones, I started making something else. Anywho, I was sick all week, didn't get anything done. Thursday, I tried to sew. I got a little tiny bit of sewing done. But then Friday, I felt a lot better. So I was able to sew a lot. And then yesterday, I felt even more better and was able to load the long arm with a client quilt, which is still on the long arm. But hey, whatever. Anyway, so I sewed up a lot of blocks. I wanted to get the blocks part done. I'm going to come to the camera and show you. I made several different style blocks. Some there's a ton of, some there's only like 2 of, because I was just using all of the scraps as in I only had like enough to make 10 or 12 little 1-inch squares left. I literally used everything. And then I even added 3 fat quarters from my stash, which is what you'll see in this. But I'm going to bring it over and hold up the different style blocks. And then we're going to put them on the wall because I chose a sashing to do this. And I'll show you in a second. All right, style 1 block is this. So I took these. Remember I showed you I made a square and a square with some of those leftover pieces. And then I inserted them with the fabric that I had and then the fabric that I added from some fat quarters. So there's that. Then there's this block that used the scraps from the solid, which was the background color on my butterfly quilt, and some of the pieces. They're all different. The width of the pieces in there are different.
Oh, I like that.
Then there's this block, which is the same as the first block I showed you, except it's a different fabric on the sides, but the top and bottom are the same. But again, there's that block. So that's 3 style blocks so far. Then I took the bigger chunks and chopped them up. They needed to be, everything came out 5 3/4 inch. Well, I didn't have 5 3/4 inch, so these all got a border on one side of them. Yep, I know. Just I was making stuff, and we'll see what this is when I'm done. Then I had some pieces for half square triangles, and then I had that 1 fat quarter, that part of the line. So I decided to put them together and then cut them all wonky. So they're wonky 4-patch thingies. So there's those. Then the original hourglasses, I was able to get 9 blocks that are like this. So Ohio Star blocks. And they're not perfect because these little hourglasses are never perfect, but they're close, good enough. And guess what? I don't care because they're pieced. Then I had some strips of the accent color that I used in the original quilt and some pieces. So I made this block with those triangles that were left. Remember, I showed you all the pieces and parts that were left. So I just made these guys. They're bordered on one side. Then I was getting, further down. This was further down when I had 1-inch strips left. So I pieced them together. I only got 3 blocks that are like this. And before I got that farther down, I had all those 2.5-inch strips of this stuff left, so I made this block. So it has a regular square, and then it has the accent color on all of these, but all the sides are different. And this was one of the fat quarters I added, was a fat quarter of brown fabric.
I think that brown looks good in it.
And then the randoms are these. So these are just leftovers. They're all different, you know, widths like this. They're all just different widths left over. Hold on, there's different blocks in here. Then I had some parts and pieces that were shaped differently, so I made that. This is a Y seam, by the way. Then there's this one, and then there's that one. Because I used up everything. I told you, down to the 1 inch of things left. So I have decided to pair. Scott and I went into the fabric room. I need a sashing for all this because I don't want to just put the blocks together. So here's the colors, and this is the sashing we chose. It has the blue, the brown, and the cream in it. So hey, why not? So I'm going to put it all on the wall. If I didn't use sashing, these are 5 3/4-inch blocks, so it would be 11 by 14 layout because there's 154 blocks, which would give me a 57 3/4 by 73.5-inch quilt, but I'm putting sashing in so that it'll be bigger. So I'm going to start by laying everything out, and then we'll cut sashing and put it, you know, on the wall. So I'll try to equally place all this in there on the wall. Again, I'm going to do 11 across by 14 down. And I'm just going to scatter all my randomness of blocks around. You know, why not? So I will just start laying, how many I said? 11 across. Am I going to be able to get 11 across right here?
You want me to? No.
One.
Since you're standing up super high.
No, it's fine. Two. Oh, there's going to be sashing in between. Hold on. Yeah, that's right. We'll put this one. Oops, we only need one. We're going to move the chair to this side too. That way I can just stay over there. Yeah. Hold on, I got to come over because if we're going to do 11, we need room plus the sashing space, which I won't make as big, but big enough. That's 3. Let's put a star up there. 4. 1 of these. 5. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do 11. Let's see. 6. Which one did I not use yet? I used one of those. I didn't use one of these. 7. There's a lot of these, so I can put tons of these. 8. 9. 2 more. Let's see if I can fit this. Where am I at? Scoot it over. A little bit more. With a slightly smaller gap, because we know that that'll be sashing. Even though I'm doing my sashing, I think at 1.5 inches.
The size of the block.
The
extras are added.
The blocks are all at 5 3/4 of an inch. 5 3/4 inch. All right, where was I at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2 more. 10. And 1 more. 11. All right, we're going to make this work. Here we go. Let's fill it all in now. There. Here. 2 of these. This one here. This one here. Here. Yep, this is how it works. Just laying it all out. 3 down. 4 down. This is going to look cool. Yeah, they're 5 3/4 of an inch. They're almost 6 inches, yes. Yeah, they don't look that big, no. And I'm just putting them in however's clever. Why? Because I can. And like I said, there's a lot of these, so I'm going to put a lot of these in here. There's like 26 and 25 of these ones. Sulky guy right there. No, let's put him that way. So this is what you do when you have a whole heck of a lot of fabric left over. You just make a whole heck of a lot of blocks and then put them all in one quilt, whether they match or not.
All those match?
Well, they match. Yeah, I meant, you know, the style of the block. They don't all have to be the same. When you make a quilt, your block styles can be whatever you want them to be. You know? Nothing ever has to match. Star over here. I only have 9 stars. So
How many blocks was it? I forgot.
there's 154 blocks. Yep, 154 blocks I was able to make, which is an 11 across by 14 down layout. Which gives me a lot of blocks. It gives me a lot. We'll move things around, obviously. I have my strange blocks in there. And they can go in any which direction I feel like putting them. This way, this over here, right like that. There. Okay. This one's way close on that side. Let's put it over here.
How big a sashing are you going to do?
I'm going to do 1.5 inch sashing. Like I said, we'll move things around too. That way it's all equally spread out.
Is there a reason why you didn't like make the blocks bigger?
Is there a reason I didn't make the blocks bigger? Because I felt like just having fun with everything. So, and that means any size. Doesn't have to be whatever, but obviously I did 5 3/4 because everything was based off of the initial block that I made, which came out 5 3/4. Because these are 2 1/4, 2 1/4, 2 1/4. So 2 1/4 times 3 is 5 in math for quilting. 2 1/4 times 3 is 5 3/4. Don't you just love quilty math? He's going to show what I'm using as the sashing. Oops. Just a little further. I could have used the solid as sashing, but I kind of like the idea of keeping everything.
Or tan.
Yeah, I could have used the light blue or a tan, but we didn't want it to hit this tan and change everything.
I know. I'm just saying, now that I see it up there.
Yeah. Yep, I could have used anything I wanted, but.
I know, I'm just saying, now that I see it up there.
Okay, now I need a chair to make myself lower. I'm just gonna move that out of the way because I don't even know how far down I am just yet. I did. Oh, yeah, sorry. I totally spaced it. Bless you. How many down am I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14 is gonna go on the floor. 13 and 14. There we go. So that's how I will lay it out. So it'll be nice and long instead of, you know, my gap could have been smaller as I was going along too. That's okay. I will make it all work. Put another star right here. Oh, my bra carrier thing.
Who sent you that?
I don't remember who sent it because I don't remember those kind of things.
One of the fans sent it.
Yep, it was sent by a fan. And it's to put, like, when I travel, to put my rotary cutter and the things I need in it. It's covered in dust from sitting up on that shelf. Yep, you're going to have the sneezies now.
Very dusty.
Yes, it's super dusty. I like doing stuff like this where it's just random. Nothing, the blocks are not like any specific anything. They're just funky. Actually, there. There's a lot more of these left. Gotta fill it in. I think it looks really cool that they're all just whatever.
Oh, you're all the way down on the floor now.
Yep. It's on the floor.
So it's going to be a big quilt when it's done.
Yep.
You want me to hand you those?
Nope. Got
Would that
through.
be easier?
Easy.
That way you don't have to bend and lean over every time? I can sit on the floor and put them down there.
Oh, no, I'm good. Good, I got it.
Okay.
Just trying to fill in the gaps. There. That's not two stars next to each other. That down there. All right. Now, oh, one more. Where's that one more go? I'm missing a spot.
Do we have an extra?
It's right here. Nope, it wasn't an extra. Heck, we counted good. All right, let me move my chair back out of the way, stand out of the way, and look at it. And see what should get moved around.
That looks pretty cool.
Okay. I don't have much of that. There's like two going on down here.
I'm going to bring the camera up so you can see it all.
I'm going to swap this guy for that guy. Swap this one for this one because of the color. I would like some more of that color up there. And then almost looks equally balanced. It's just a random mess. I think I'm gonna leave it. I think there's enough dark up there and light down here. That's way down here. Where's that other three thing? Because those really stand out. Oh, that one's kind of close. Let's put him here instead. And this one there. That's better. One, two, three of those. There's a bunch of these. They're all in different directions. Yep. Yep. Okay, now I'm going to cut some sashing.
Okay.
Yep.
Camera back down then.
We're going to do 1.5 inch sashing on this. I only grabbed on this, it only has 1 yard and 29 inches on it, so it should be enough. Hopefully. Technically, I could probably cut in length, and that would be actually a good idea. Turn the iron on for me.
I will get it. I will get it.
And subcut. Yeah, that would be good. I could do that.
What am I ironing?
I'm going to iron this real quick
Oh.
before I cut
I
it.
don't get to iron? I can't see.
All right, while that iron gets hot, I'm going to cut the fabric in the length, which is from one side of the selvage to the other. I think I'll get more 5 3/4 inch rectangles from that. Yeah, because I'm doing 1.5 inch. I think I'll do it that way. Because it can be done however. Oh, what do I have over here? Oh, that's muslin. We don't want muslin in the quilt. I was going to say, I do have that. No, that's for other stuff.
What are we trying to put in the quilt?
Nothing. I saw a color that looked like it could go with it, but it's just muslin.
It's really pour slow. That's like a bubble up. Barely pour. Okay, there you go. Iron has water in there. Iron away.
All right. By the way, if you're curious, this is probably an older fabric, but it's Samantha C. 1900 by Sarah Morgan for Blue Hill Fabrics. Sounds old. I've never heard of Blue Hill Fabrics. All right.
We don't know half the brands.
Yeah, I don't know half the brands. That's right.
Blue Hill Fabrics could be right here in town for all we know.
Yeah, I don't know where anything is. All right. Like I said, I'm going to cut along the selvage for this. Why? Because I can. I can do whatever I want. I need, hold on, brain. I need 11. I need 10 and 14. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 91, 10, 20, 30, 40. 140. I need 140. 5 3/4 by 1.5 inch strips. Probably could have done that without counting, but
That's okay.
you know. So 1.5 inch.
You have to use your fingers, get her done.
I'm gonna cut. I need 140 of them, so that's one direction, obviously. I'm not doing sashing, so I mean cornerstones, because obviously I used up all of my fabric to make the blocks. He hasn't made an appearance in a long time.
I want my 5 minutes of fame. 15 seconds, I guess I should say. Oh,
Thumper's coming over to say hi to everybody.
I'm going to say hi to all these people.
All right. Cut that. That's on the fold. Hold on a second. I got to get rid of the second fold of the fabric. All right.
Boy. Yes, you are.
Set aside. Set aside. Set aside. Set this whole thing aside. And start with these. All right, here we go. Oh, I need a ruler that does 5 3/4 anyway, so I still have to use this ruler. Getting all the layers right there. Nice and lined up on a line. All right, where's 5 3/4 on this thing?
Hey, you can't headbutt the camera.
Can't see it because my handle is in the way.
Oh, do you need a different one? I could have handled it.
No, I got it. Sorry guys, the handle is in the way when it comes to having a handle on those rulers. That's the one thing. You can't see past it. All right, 5 3/4. 16. Oh, it's 16 and 16 is 36. Thirty-six and 36 is 72.
Yes, it is.
That's 72 so far. What's 72 plus 16? So I'm at 88 so far. This was 8, right?
16 plus 16 is 32, not 36.
Oh, I meant 32.
Yeah, you said 30.
Sorry. All right, what's plus 8? What were we at? Plus 8.
I don't know. How many stacks of 16 do you have? Let's just start over. Just tell me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So 5 times 16?
Mm-hmm.
That's 80.
Plus 8 right here. So there's
So
88. And I need 140, right? Yep, that's what I said. Plus 8.
So from the 88, that's 96.
Plus 8.
So 104.
Plus 8.
112.
Plus 8.
120.
Plus 8.
128.
plus 4.
That's 132.
32, you said?
Yeah.
Plus 4 plus
336
4.
would be 40.
Perfect. I cut just the right amount of strips. And I wasn't even knowledgeable on math. I got to do that all over again, though, obviously, to cut the other way. But I am going to start sewing these on to one side of all of my blocks because these rows are going to be just one long piece. I'm just going to do the whole matching it up method, which I'll cut from all that. I should be able to get enough. So I'm just going to start sewing them, and I'm going to do this while standing. Why? Because I can. Yeah, that chair is like a menace for my back. Like, seriously. All right, I'm just going to grab and sew. Nope, I got it. Oh, Marilyn, thank you so much. Wow. That's very, very kind of you. So I figured I'd have all these blocks done because today I knew I was going to sash it and stuff. And I didn't want it to take forever. Obviously, it took a lot longer than I thought to lay it out on the wall, but hopefully it doesn't take as long to start sewing it up.
Why didn't you want cornerstones?
I didn't want cornerstones because that would mean I'd have to cut another fabric to have a different color cornerstone. So I'm just doing sashing, and I'll do the hope it lines up method, you know? Which is fine if it doesn't, because this is scrappy.
Brown, even though I think dark blue would look good.
I don't want to go dig through fabric to do this. I just want to sew it. Although cornerstones would guarantee it lands nicely and lines up nicely. I don't know if I have any more dark brown in the first place to do that. I would need 140 of them. And I don't think you can get 140 squares out of a fat quarter. Can you? Can you get 140 1.5 inch squares out of a fat quarter? Oh, that's one row. All right. I'm going to keep this in order. Bottom to the top.
It'd be awful little squares.
Because, I mean, I could go dig through fat quarters, but I don't want to. All right, I'm just going to finger press and put these together. Ooh, this looks pretty next to this.
You don't need me to iron nothing?
No, I'm going to finger press. And obviously lose thread because we're on camera. And that's how that works. Of course, I did kind of stick it pedal to the metal. Wait, that's what my shirt says.
I know they were all talking about the shirt.
I accidentally pressed the pedal to the metal and, you know. Yep, I'm just going to finger press towards the sashing and then add the next piece and then press it.
You use cotton thread?
Yes, I use cotton thread. The thread brand I use as of the last few years now has been Essentials thread. But I do use all sorts of other brands too. Like when I need a large spool of white, I use Signature thread because I have a large spool of Signature. You know, Connecting Threads and Superior Threads both sell Essential Thread. And I love it. I think it's the perfect weight. It's 50 weight. I think it's the perfect weight. This stuff is strong too. Let me show you. Let me pull this off of here. Here's the thread, right? It takes a lot to break it. It really is some good thread. I was messing because I had a bunch of spools that were unfinished. And I was using them, but they're all sticking out right here. So I was just trying to pop them, and it was taking forever because they're really thick. And they're harder to pop, to break the thread compared to other threads. I think Signature's break is better than it, but I don't have much of that left because I've used a lot of it up. Huh? My sashing is 1.5, yes. I figured it was like the perfect size. The Martelli chair. I didn't know they had a chair. No. I know that the other chair that usually has colorful, cute fabric on it, quilting themed fabrics. I don't like that chair. I don't know what brand that is, but I think it's the Arrow chair is what that's called. I don't like that at all. That hurts my butt more than, well, not more than this one, but because I haven't sat in one long enough, but I've sat in one several times at several people's houses, and I just don't like it. Nothing against the company and those people whose butts fit nicely in it, but I have a very picky butt. I mean, a lot of you probably do too. It's because my tailbone's messed up and there's no fixing it. And my recent shot that I had in my lower spine to help that the doctor was thinking would help, like a radiating pain thing to stop that from happening. No, that stopped my lower back pain. It didn't stop my butt pain. Which sucks, but that's okay. All right, one row done. I'm going to just set it over here so that I can get pressed and put it back on the wall. I kind of don't want to do cornerstones because I think this will look cool if the blocks are just floating, The weight Signature I think is 40 weight when I use the Signature. I think that's the 40 weight thread. I'll tell you in 2 seconds because I am ironing right this very moment. All right, let's see if I can't get this up here nicely.
You want me to do that while you keep sewing?
Oh, I got it. It's going. Look at that. Perfect. Probably should sew the ones on the floor too, but I kind of like to start at the top and work my way down. All right. So the Essentials thread is 50 weight that I use, okay? And then Signature thread is 40 weight. And then I also use, here's more Signature, but totally different color. I don't use, these bright colors for piecing. I also use Orfill, and this one is 40 weight as well. These are my common ones that I have. And then I have these off brands that are 40 weight as well. But again, I don't really piece many quilts because if you have white as a background or creams and stuff, it's hard to have a bright color underneath it. If I was making a quilt that had blues, and all the fabrics were lots and lots of blues, yeah, I would choose this as my piecing because you're not going to see it behind there. But if you put this behind white fabric, even if it's just a stitch line and you press towards that color, you're going to see it. You're going to see the stitching underneath. It's just how it works. Yeah, sashing is going to go between them too, yes. But I don't know if I'm going to do corner. I don't think I want to do cornerstones. I think I just want to leave it at that. Just leave it, you know what I mean? With a straight, piece. He's like, I don't want to be in here. You guys are boring. I'd rather watch myself lick myself. That's what the cat says. I'd rather watch my paw in my face licking. Yeah, I didn't get much done this week because I was sick. So if you guys don't remember, last Sunday I was sick too and I didn't stay on very long. It was really bad. So I don't know what happened, but whatever I ate or did or whatever on that last Saturday, all day Sunday I was in bed sick. I only got up enough to come on live stream to work on this. And then by Sunday night, that came out. And I had that feeling until Thursday. Like literally felt so disgustingly sick. By Thursday morning, I got up and I was like, I feel a little bit better. Scott's been asking this whole time. I still have a slight stomach ache, but I think I got some kind of like flu. It wasn't food poisoning. It was because food poisoning is same time. He originally thought it was food poisoning from some cookies that I ate, but you can't really get food poisoning from cookies, really. It's usually meat products, So, yeah, I was really sick for all week long. I didn't get nothing done. I never spent that long in bed in a long time since when my legs weren't working. Remember that? Back then, I don't spend much time in bed. I like to sew and be up and move around and do things, but yeah, I was really sick. So I didn't get no long arm quilting done. Nothing. You guys got a video from me, which was good because I wouldn't have been able to film it. It was already something I had pre-filmed.
Well, you started a quilt
on
Friday, right?
I started what did I start?
Well,
oh yeah, I finished this. I finished working on this and then started Saturday working on the long arm. Yeah. Yep, so I'm making a long arm video because you guys keep asking, even though I know it's not going to get watched. I'm still going to make it and finish it. It's a client quilt. She's had it sitting in her closet or, sitting in her pile of quilts for over 20 years. She's like, enough is enough. I need to send it to Tiffany to get quilted. So it's on the long arm to be quilted. And, well, it's already been started. Because I'm filming it, I couldn't really work on it today because I really don't do much on Sundays. If you guys didn't know, Sundays is my lazy day. I sit around, do nothing, watch TV. Oh, what am I doing? It's right here in front of my face.
Because you work Sunday night.
Yeah, because I work Sunday night, so I rest most of the day before I start doing this. But yeah, I was sick all week. I felt like so weird not getting anything done, not being able to sew. It's pretty sucky. Like really sucky, actually. I wouldn't have even been able to hand sew. I was like, I had the shakes and everything. I was really sick. And I'm out of bobbin. And let's use up another empty bobbin. This one's going to last for about 20 pieces, really. I pulled out a bunch of unfinished bobbins so that I can get them used up. Usually I use them all the way, but if I have to pull one bobbin out to change the color to do like binding on something, then I pull it out and then I never put the same color back in. I end up putting a freshly wound bobbin in. Bad habits, bad habits. I used to keep all the thread colors that I have. I used to keep a bobbin of every color, but it was hard to keep track of that, you know, which color that is, because some colors are similar. I'm like, oh, is that really the red? That doesn't look the same, but yet it does, you know. So I don't do that anymore. Now I just roll as I need per color. So if I need to bind something in green, then I'll find a green, roll a single bobbin. Unless it's a king size quilt, I roll 2 bobbins because it needs 1.5 for binding, you know. Well, at least with this machine. I don't know about my other machines because I don't really use them for binding. It's going to be a nice, fun quilt. Totally different. Nobody else has one. It's going to be a one of a kind. What the? It's still threaded. How in the world? I'm also having problems with my Juki the last like 4 days now of bobbin jumping. That's what I'm calling it. Where the bobbin thread jumps out of the feed thing, which is very strange. You know? The odd things that happen with our sewing machines. And then it breaks thread. It's because I'm on the camera. I would be way past this many rows if I didn't have all these issues. And one more, then grab the and. Also, this is a very mathy quilt. Mathy, as in I had to do a lot of math to make these blocks all come out to be 5 3/4. I was like, how much more do I got to add? And then I'm thinking about it, and I do the calculator, and I'm like, oh, okay, so I need an inch plus this, I need that. Whew. It was a lot of brain work to make these blocks. Okay, just pressing the sashing with the iron. Should end up nice and flat. All we're looking for is a flat quilt. You know, it's best to have a quilt that lays flat. All right, row numero dos.
Do you want me to help you hang that?
Nope. Just have to slide as I go. Ta-da! All right, here we go. Let's do it again. I'm just gonna stick these like right here next to me. That'd be a smart thing to do. Anybody else out there working on some scrap fun? Or you just using up the scraps to whatever and sewing them together and making something? Am I gonna do?
May the 4th, May the 4th be a Star
Oh
Wars day.
yeah. I don't know. Tomorrow's what, Monday?
Yeah.
I don't really ever do anything on a Monday. I mean, we can.
Yeah, you don't have any Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, I have a shirt.
We had a Star Wars quilt. And yes, we have Star Wars.
May the 4th, I did a Star Wars quilt, didn't I? That was what I was working on the last time, right?
That Star Wars quilt sold a while ago. It was up for sale for a long time, so I'm pretty sure it was like May the 4th.
Or it was just because I felt like doing a Star Wars quilt. Who knows? I don't remember ever when I do things. I just make videos. I remember some things, but not all. This sashing color like matches with everything perfectly. Oh, okay. Pre-finger press. How about that? All right. Right there. There we go. Just one piece. That's all I needed. Just one. Lovely gnat. Where'd you go?
Yeah, I know. It's been flying around me.
We have a gnat in our bedroom and a gnat in here, and it's been driving us crazy. He almost ate. I don't think. Why would? I don't think it's the same one. I think there's just one in this room and one in that room.
It's following us. I swear.
Either way, he almost ate it early
on
his peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It went straight on my eye, landed on my eyelash, and then took off real quick, like while we were watching TV earlier. It's like, I have smacked at it like 20 times. And how they get in the house is beyond us because it's completely sealed unless they come in through the air conditioning, through the air conditioning unit and then in through the vents and find their way into a room, I mean, they are small enough to get through all that. And they're the most annoyingest little things, I swear.
We had all the doors and windows shut this morning, so I don't know how they got in.
Yeah.
Every other day we have the doors and windows open, and we don't get them. The one day they're shut.
Unless they got in while it was open and then started being bad little gnats and flying around us today. Like they found a place to land yesterday, and they're
Well,
like,
it was way too hot this morning to open up stuff. But yesterday morning, so you're saying it's been in here for over a day?
yeah, probably. I don't think gnats live very long either. They're the same as flies. They only live like a week or something like that. All right. Another row done. That's 3. Woohoo! That's it. 3 so far. I feel like it's taking me forever. I wonder if I just like chain do everything. Like from this side to that side and just keep it. No, it's going to get stuck. Can't do that. I could just chain do the rows though. Just keep grabbing and then just press. I mean, you know, I'm all about trying to find better ways to do something that saves time. People have asked me, you know, you rush through all these quilts. How do you even enjoy it? I enjoy this. I enjoy the process, but I also don't want it to take the rest of my day up. You know, I enjoy doing this. It's beyond like enjoyable. Quilting is my everything, but for the life of me, I don't want it to take 6 months to a year to do. You know, so I don't mind that you do, but I just can't. I feel like it just needs to get done, be gifted, and be on its way wherever. So I am a speedy, which I've been called Miss Speedy Quiltologist because I get things done. Yeah. I mean, Sculliver took forever, and that drove me crazy. But that's because I had to film it the whole time, you know, and I did it weekly. If I wouldn't have, it still would have probably took me forever because foundation paper piecing is not my forte on a normal basis. I know how to do it. I've done it several times. I just don't want it to be my everyday sewing. I prefer this way of piecing, you know, just sew like this with a machine and do it quick. When you're passionate about something, it doesn't matter how long it takes. I was passionate about riding motorcycles, and guess what? I rode really fast all the time. You know, I don't with cars because, well, you know, I drive slow now, but I didn't used to always. Oh, and we're out of that bobbin because it was only a halfer. Let's put another halfer in.
We don't drive as slow as the neighbor man.
Yeah, we don't drive as slow as our neighbor, who drives 25 and a 35. Drives us crazy, but you know, we still go with him places. I at least drive the speed limit. Maybe 1 or 2 miles faster, but that depends on if you're on a highway or not, you know. Oops, I forgot to put that down in there. Where did it run out? Oh, right there. And we have right there. Is that the last one? Yep. I guess it didn't matter if I pre-pressed these or not.
You need me to iron?
Actually, you know what? If you can keep them in this exact order, so press it from this way. This is the bottom one. Press it back. Next one. I'm going to start working on the next row. I'll just place them upside down and keep them in that order.
Upside down around?
No, yeah, turn it the other way and then press.
Yes, I know. Messing with you.
While I sew the next row.
Maybe I'll iron them then.
Yeah, maybe you'll iron the net.
That'll get rid of them.
But then it'll be stuck on some kind of stuff on the iron, maybe.
It's stuck in the fabric. No one will notice he's there.
Yeah.
No one will even notice him.
Why am I reaching way over there when it's right here next to me? I feel like I'm going to be putting sashing in forever. My goodness. This is a lot of sashing.
It's a lot of pieces.
I know, but I didn't want to just like put them all together plain, you know, Jane. I wanted them to have some space next to each block. My stack is getting low. Let's put this over here.
Okay, you got another stack to get on there?
Yep. Hold on, let me stack them nicely for you.
Cut.
No, because I'm trying to keep them in order before I pass them to
I can cut them
you.
in order and then flip them over. I know how to do that. Tiffany, I can cut and flip them upside down. I'm a big boy.
All right.
Just give me the purple cutter thing.
Actually, we'll just set that row there and grab another row. I'll get this done faster. I guess you have to, you know, have a husband to get things done faster.
Let me cut them apart. Oh my gosh. You can't even use the scissors.
You could use the scissors.
Might cut my fingy. My poor fingy.
Oh, come on. Oh, we're out of that bobbin now too. So let's put a full one in finally.
Ooh, onto the full bobber.
Onto the full. There's one right up here on the bobbin winder. The full bobbin. Because I just wound the bobbin. I pre-cleaned my machine before today's live, wound a couple bobbins and said, hey, I'm doing something right. But that's because
since you didn't take that one, then you just want this one next to it.
Yep. It'll be this row first, this row second, so on and so forth for me to try to keep track. This one will be to you in just a few minutes. Yeah, well, you're going to wait until they're all done.
Just make sure you give me which one
was the bottom, yes. It really doesn't matter, but it does matter all at the same time. He's holding up the sashing. It matches perfectly. It was a directional fabric, but guess what? I don't care. I don't.
How's that directional?
It had, the flowers are all facing the same direction.
You can't tell.
You can't tell when it's all cut up, no.
You can't tell. That ain't no directional. You're just making up stories.
No. All right, there's the bottom piece.
Okay, hold on. What?
That's the bottom, yes.
Okay, hold on there.
What?
So, when I make my stack, that goes down.
Yeah.
This goes down, then I'm flipping them upside down and ironing, right?
Yes.
Okay. I can do that.
You flip them upside down to stack them right side up.
Yes.
So you go upside down, and then you put it
Yeah,
right side up, press it back.
That
Right
part
side up,
I know.
press it back.
No, I'm gonna iron it upside down. I know. Goodness.
I swear that net is next to my leg somewhere.
It very well might be. You get for messing with your husband. It came to mess with you.
It's gonna come mess with you next. Oh, what did I walk for? It's right there in front of my face.
I'm ready.
Okay, well, you'll get this row, and then I'm gonna piece those together before I start losing where I am. Why? The last square goes on last. So there's the bottom. So here's my row. When I get this whole thing sewn up, then the last one I'll grab off the wall and put it on it. Because I'm not putting sashing on the outside, I'm actually probably just going to put this around it once as like a border. But that can just be solid full strips. I didn't plan for that part in case I ran out of the main part. I shouldn't run out of the main part, but you know. You know, I've always said I'm not a fan of brown, like whatsoever. Brown is not my color, just at all. But I, for some strange reason, use a whole heck of a lot of it here in quilting. And then it looks awesome. Yeah, like this looks awesome so far. And it's not even whatever. It's just the scraps left over from another quilt, you know?
Get out of the... It can't be purple all the time.
Yeah, it can't be purple all the time. Even though 90% of stuff I make, I really do like to use purple and black. Oh, you just pulled them, that's all, from over here. There's probably a bunch stuck under here by now, probably.
Got any more for me?
No, I'm going to have you press this row, though, as soon as I'm done with it. I'm finger pressing for now.
Better be finger pressing.
So I grab off the wall when I put my final piece on, for that person that asked why I wasn't grabbing the last piece. And that's because there's no sashing on that last one. It goes this way.
Oh, I'm supposed to remember that too, huh?
Yep.
You're asking an awful lot now.
They're already pre-finger pressed, so you should be good.
Okay, what do I do with it when it's done then? Since it goes this way. Do I hang it back up on the top? Is this the top?
Yep.
I thought it was the top.
It goes this way.
Oh. I didn't iron any of those long ones. Did you already do all those?
Yeah. I pressed it all. I'm gonna have to sit. My foot is bothering me now. I usually alternate feet when I'm sewing, but I think I have a bone spur or something in the bottom of my left foot. I have plantar fasciitis in that foot, which has not been fixed, and you can get bone spurs from not getting fixed feet. And yeah, I think I have a bone spur because if I step on it a certain way, it's like instant pain and it's so sharp. But it's only on one side. It's not on the side that the plantar fasciitis is on. I especially keep stepping on it when I walk between between the dining room and the kitchen. There's like this like a floor separator thing, that kind of flushes it out, but it doesn't. It sticks up just a tiny, tiny bit. Every time I walk by, I try to remember, step over, but I end up stepping on it with the bad part of my foot, and I'm like, and it drops me. It's like very painful. All right, here you go. This is the side. That goes this side. So turn it. This is this end.
This is the front?
Yes.
You gotta give me the front, not the back. Women folk. Here, right?
Mm-hmm.
I could have done that, That's a big boy. Mama taught me how to hang stuff on the wall.
guys can ask questions if you must. I'm like an open book. I also will talk about mostly anything.
Well, they meet you in person, you do talk about anything, literally.
Yeah.
Literally, you've embarrassed everyone.
I haven't embarrassed everyone I know because of the way I talk.
Yeah.
I'm a TMI talker, if you were wondering what we're bantering about.
Yeah.
He says all my online friends that I met online but now know in person, they've all heard it all. They've heard it all. But we're women. And he doesn't understand women. I mean, there's some men out there, but men talk too. They have their ways of talking. Us women talk a certain way too.
Military. I saw women in the military. Oh, yeah.
Yes, we talk about whatever we want, however we want to talk about it. All right, here's another row. This is that side.
So it goes this way?
Yes.
Okay. And assuming that direction it goes. Put her on there straight, not sideways, not upside down. Left, right, left, right.
I'm loving this little quilt.
It's looking pretty cool.
And I'm so glad.
I love brown because they're very country. I don't see why you don't like the country colors.
I do like the country colors. I'm just
awesome.
not, I just don't like the color brown. I don't know.
Okay, well,
It's not my thing.
Where your redneck husband is from, and we are now,
Technically, no, we're desert country.
Okay. We ain't living in no big city. There's country around here. See, what brand of iron are we using right now?
The brand of iron we're using is the Norelco. The other one, the really cool, awesome steam iron, is in my fabric room because I've been pressing with it over there, and it's really good for pressing in bulk.
And where do you get this? You get this from your 81-year-old neighbor.
Yeah, and where do you get that iron? As an 81-year-old neighbor. Even though we did look it up to see how old it was from the 80s, and also there was some online on like eBay and stuff. So I mean, you could buy it, but it's used.
He never used it.
He never used it.
That's why I gave it to us.
That's why I said, well, every time Scott mentions I need something specific, he'll like, oh, I have that. So he probably was having a conversation. Said, Tiff's iron broke again. I got to go get her another iron. He's like, oh, I have an iron for you here. It's in the garage. And Scott looks at it and it's like, this is 100 years old. This has been sitting in your garage for years. It's like, you can have it though. Here you go.
It was quite filthy too. It had to be cleaned.
Yeah, it was filthy. It needed to be cleaned. Yep. But it was a free iron, and guess what? It works. If you guys aren't used to that on my channel yet, well, you'll get to know that I go through irons. And I can give you an opinion on most of the big brand irons now, an honest opinion. Because I've had them all. And I still have a lot of them. Well, not all, but, you know, some. All right, here's that far side. Goes this way.
This one?
Yep. All right, back to sewing these. I'm just going to stand again because sit, stand, that's what I do. Right. I'm just going to sew with my opposite foot just as long as it doesn't trip me up when I go to turn, because that's my big problem. is my turn, taking that foot off the pedal and then turning.
Where'd you get the idea?
Where did I get the idea for these blocks? Well, the idea came from the fact that I'm a scrap quilter at heart. I love making all sorts of scrap quilts.
Watch last week's video. And
Yeah,
you just
watch.
kinda made it up on the fly.
Yeah, I just made it up on the fly. You know.
You was a black quilter last week.
Yep, I just make things up.
You do your job.
Like,
I'm listening.
move so I can show. This is a square and a square, but I needed it a certain size, so obviously I added to it. This is like log cabin style. I just made it smaller and different sizes so that it made the number I needed looking for block wise. This is a wonky block. It was a 4-patch, but I couldn't.
Did you get him?
No.
Daggone it.
Oh, he landed on my face too. I couldn't get the size right because then I would have had to trim the half square triangles and I would have lost like a lot. So instead of losing a lot just in one cut to make the two equal marks, because 5 3/4 doesn't have an equal half, like to have that half mark. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. It's 5.3 something, whatever. And I don't want to cut that. So what I did was I just used the big blocks, put two big 3-inch on this and 3-inch on this, and then put them together and cut them all wonky. Actually, it was a little bit more than 3. It was like 3 1/4 inches that I put together on both sides because it was bigger than 6 inches. The star is an Ohio star. You can make an Ohio star from whatever you want. You can use anything. As long as you know blocks, you can make any scrappy quilt. So if you take a book like this, for example, if you know how to make basic blocks, right here, these basic blocks, hourglasses, baskets, flying geese and whatever, or, what are we seeing right here? Star blocks, flower blocks, whatever. If you know the basics, you can make anything. So you can make a block, and if the longer you've been quilting, the easier it is. So like snowballing just a big square, simple, easy. Friendship stars, simple, easy. Shoe fly blocks, simple, easy. And they just come to me, and I'm like, oh, well, then I can just do that and then do this with it to make it bigger. So when you learn all your different shapes of blocks and your half square triangle, your plain square, your hourglasses, your flying geese units, once you know all those different units, you can make whatever you want. You just got to know how to make the unit. You know what I mean? And you can make anything. So that's how you figure that out. You just figure out what you want, what you have in mind. And I had a specific amount of fabric that I can use. And I said, well, square and square, because that worked perfect. Then I said, well, I'm going to put pieces around it, which is like building it. This is courthouse step style. So one going one way, then the other going the opposite direction. Huh? Oh, my book. I have a lot of these block books. This block book is the new Quick and Easy block tool book that I just pulled out. I have loads of books that are block books. A lot of them are similar, but a lot of them also have different math in them. Like some have a lot of 1/8-inch cuts, some have other type ones. They all have about the similar blocks in it, though. I do like this one better, I think, a little bit, because this one has bigger images. So the pictures are bigger for a better idea of what your block would look like. And then when it puts it together, it's bigger than that smaller book. But the numbers are almost all the same. And they give you 4.5, 8, 7.5, 9-inch, or 6, 7, 9, 10.5, and 12, 12.5, whatever size blocks. You just choose whatever size. And once you know the basics, you can make anything you want. I have like scrapbook quilts that I've learned from, that I've taught myself from, just learning all sorts of ways to put things together. And then you need the dreaded quilt math to figure it all out. Obviously with scraps, it's not much math required, because with scraps, you're kind of cutting and sewing, cutting, sewing, cutting, sewing to make things a certain size, with scraps at least. But if you're trying to make it like a controlled scrappy where everything is a specific block and it all has to be a specific size, but you're using scrap chunks, so you got to know how many 2.5 inch squares you're cutting out of all that specific piece of scrap to go where those need to go. And you know what I mean? You got to figure it out. It's not hard once you get used to it. Quilting is, it seems hard. I mean, a lot of people say I make it look easy. And in truth, it is easy once you get used to it. The hardest part about learning to quilt and making quilts, I think the hardest part is honestly the cutting. Once you get used to the cutting, obviously with holding your rotary cutter and your ruler and stuff, then you're past that, then you're good. Then the second thing is keeping a 1/4 inch seam. I don't worry about that because I use the seam guide. But you know, when I'm really, whatever, sometimes I don't use the seam guide, but that would be the second. But the third hardest thing would be choosing your fabric colors. Choosing your colorway. A lot of people struggle with color. That is one really hard thing. The big book is called that one's Around the Block by Judy Hopper with Judy Hopkins. Whatever they'd say, it's by Judy Hopkins. And those two books, this book and the previous one he showed, you guys can find these on QBPN. Well, at least they were on there. The other one, the new Easy Quick Tool, that's also on Amazon. All right, here's these for you. This is the bottom. All right, next. Sure getting my steps in today. Oh, and obviously it comes unthreaded. Oh, come on. There. Nope. Nope. Yep. I like my books as a reference. Most times I change the size though, especially if I make a video that has that block in it. I change the size, but technically I don't think it's a copyright thing when the books, because it's giving you the general idea. So if you want to design a pattern, that block in that book with those measurements could help you design the pattern. I don't think those ones are copyright problems because anybody knows that you take, 4 inch squares and you get 7.5 inch block of 4-patch. So everybody knows specific things to make that. It's pretty easy. So I don't think when it comes to books like that it's copying. If you make 75 blocks of that and 76 blocks of a different one and put them all together and have a bunch of 3-inch blocks that make a big huge quilt, just because you use their 1 7/8 cut number, which would be a general knowledge cut, per making specific blocks. Sorry, I don't mean to confuse everybody. I'm not confusing myself. I'm not really. I just talk differently than everybody else. Sorry. What's another subject then? Everybody get a chance to watch my newest video that came out on Thursday? That was a highly requested. People have been requesting that for years and years for me to do a cross. And guess what? I had to design one to do it. They are quilted though. They're not in here. One is hanging in my living room. Because like I said in the video, I'm hanging one at my house. My little needle threader is a Dritz Hummingbird threader. You can find it on Fat Quarter Shop.
They want to see it. It's cute. It's cute. Pump that up. It's cute.
That's the bottom.
It's the bottom?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'm going to put Fat Quarter Shop.
Yeah, I can't use the threader on the Juki TL2010Q. I can use the automatic threader on my Juki, what is that one? I don't even know what it's called because it's not next to me. I always forget. Either way, my other Juki, the one that's computerized, that one I can use the threader on. But I have owned now, this is my second TL2010Q, and I, for the life of me, still cannot use the threader. And I have been using this machine for like, what, 9 years now? Not this specific one, but my old one to this one, yeah. Because I started using this one in 2023. Only reason why I remember the year that I started using this one is because I opened it right before my son died. So I'll always remember what year this one is from. The other one I think is 2017 or 16. I think it was 2017 that I got that other Juki.
Which cross did you hang in the house?
Which cross did I hang in the house? Another one other than the ones I made in the video. Nope, not one that you guys saw in the video. I made 6 total already.
They're all for sale.
Well, they're all for sale except for 2. One is going to my church and the other one's hanging in my living room. Because it's purple. And you know I had to have a purple one in my living room. Mine looks, the one I made for myself looks 3D because I used a stripe fabric on it. It looks really cool. So when you like walk up towards it, especially when the room is not lit, it's just like this 3D cross popping out at you. So much fun. That's why I made so many of them. And they're easy. Like one fat quarter from the video, if you go to the video and figure it out how to do it, one fat quarter for the cross color and the shadow, one of each, you know, makes 3 crosses. So 3 different ones. That's why I say in the video you can use, you can make more than one block and have a bigger quilt with several crosses on it. Because you get more than
This
the bottom. Yep. We're getting close to the floor. I have to start bending now, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pick these up like this and leave that last one on the wall and sew them. I designed another pattern. I just haven't had time to even see if it's, because it's going to be one of the ones that takes a little bit longer to make. It's more than a day's worth of video. I just have to test it first before I even make it. So I'll probably make something small first and then do the math to get the bigger quilt amount. But I have to make sure that what I want to do works. Because it works on the computer, because I use EQ8, you know, I'm just playing with it. I am not proficient at that at all whatsoever, and it confuses the heck out of me. But I designed it on there and just haven't had time to. I was sick all this week, or else I would have got started on it. Figure out, exactly how it goes. Because EQ8 doesn't do the math for you, and it doesn't whatever. And some of the measurements I've gotten from it too aren't even correct. So I don't trust it every single time. So I just do my own thing. Problem is I got to figure it out before I do it. I just have the general image created. All right, here's the end.
It's the bottom?
Yep.
All right.
All right, guys, I got to do some squatting. Nope, can't do it.
You okay?
Yeah, I
You
can't.
want me to just pull those off and hand them to you?
I'm just going to put these up here, and then I'm going to pick these ones up off the floor.
Do you just want me to hand them to you? I could do that while you sit down and sew.
No, I got it.
I told you this earlier, honey. If you let me help, I can do all that. It would all be done already.
This is the next pile, and that's the next pile. And then these can go there. Okay. I probably should sit again because I'm getting tired all this standing. When I'm off camera, I sit, stand, sit, stand, sit, stand, sit, stand constantly.
Okay.
I just can't get in bed too. Like when Scott and I watch TV, I squirm around constantly because I just cannot for the life of me. Oh, I got a new bed. It's amazing. I'm sleeping great on it. The pillow, on the other hand, was not good. The pillow was causing my neck to cause my arms and legs to go numb. Yeah, it misaligned my spine. But the new bed, great, amazing. It's just not amazing to sit in because, well, my butt. But it's great for everything else. Relaxing, kicking back. As long as I'm not sitting on my butt. And I have been doing my best to lean forward in seats, like not sitting on my back, like leaning back. Oh, that hurts. Not to lean back, I did read that you can live without your tailbone, that you can have it, if it's really that bad, you can have it cut out of you.
Yeah, because that's what you need.
Yeah. But obviously, I don't need a big old surgery.
That's not what you want.
Well, there's no other way to live pain-free, though, until it's whatever.
Have you met you?
Yes, I've met me. Okay, that's the bottom.
I don't think cutting your tailbone is the answer to pain-free.
Yeah, I know. It would be nice, though.
I hate to tell you why.
I don't know anybody that doesn't have a tailbone. So whatever I don't finish on today's live stream, I am not going to drag this on. What? Yeah, you know what I'm doing. So obviously I'm not going to get this done. But I will show you the quilt top when it's finished. Because I won't be able to quilt it right away, obviously. I'll just say this out loud. I won't be able to quilt it probably for another year until I get this stuff done. And then I say that all the time, and another year goes by, and another year goes by, and
Movies, we'll get them done.
yeah. I mean, really, I have so many quilt tops in there.
That's our goal. Get a quilt in the movie.
Yep, my goal is to have my quilts in the movies.
If that ever happens, they'll get done.
Or TV shows, movies, TV, whatever. Once I get that done, then, then there'll be no stopping me. I'll make a whole bunch of quilts. And they can just buy them all from me, put them in the TVs and movie. And then I will be quilt show famous.
Just about.
Yeah. Get it? They'll be in a show. Not a real hanging show, but like a TV show.
I got you.
Of course, you won't know who made them because they don't say who made them in those shows, obviously, or in the movies. I know you see them for a split second, but I'll be like, hey, that's the one I made. I'll probably take those, screenshot from all those movies and show you guys, look what my quilt is. That has been my goal since, well, not right when I started, but quite a time in. And yeah, I've always had the goal. I keep seeing them. That's where I want my quilts. And it'll happen someday. Even the wall hangings, and table runners and stuff, because there are movies with those things in them too. Was I right about 140 pieces? Did I do the math correctly? 2, 3 pieces left. Woohoo! It's done correctly. All right, this is the bottom piece.
Where's this one going?
Just put it right there now.
Okay.
So that way I can make my way down. See, it's going to get slid over.
Okay, Mikey. Yes, ma'am.
All right. I'll grab it when I get them all sewn together. I feel like I ran out of stuff to talk about.
week. You can tell them about that.
Oh, I have doctor's appointments all week.
Which means you'll be sick again because you're going
yep,
out in public
because
2 days in a row.
Yeah, I have to go out in public 2 days in a row. One is my eczema doctor or dermatologist. Here, this is this side. This side. That's this side.
Okay.
And then the other doctor is a plastic surgeon who hopefully can help me because I've exhausted every other route.
Tell them not to get breast implants.
Yeah, just don't ever get breast implants. I got them when I was in my 20s and have had,
they need to come out.
and they have to come out. And because I've been having surgery after surgery after surgery because of problems with the stupid things. And
But you can't get anybody to take them out.
Nobody will take them out. The other plastic surgeon we saw, he just wanted to make them bigger. He's like, oh, I could take those out and pop in some bigger ones. I'm like, I don't want them bigger. I want them gone. Get rid of them. Bye-bye. I would have hoped that they could have removed them during one of my tumor surgeries because I've had tumor surgeries. I've also had bilateral ductal excisions to get rid of the breast ducts, you know. So I've been cut into many times. And, well, you know, I want them gone. Just get them gone. They hurt. I have problems. You'd think that the medical problems would have taken care of it all those years of whatever, and they would have said, oh, let's pull the implants out. Maybe you won't have problems no more. Smart, right? But no. So I recommend don't get them, even if you hate yourself, because that was the reason why I got them, because I hated my body.
Before you met me.
It was before I met Scott, who would have loved me just the way I was.
I'd have said no.
Of course, when I got them in, they weren't as expensive as they are now, even to get them in or get them out. So there's that conversation. I've talked to you guys about him in the past, a long time ago, after because I've had 2 of the surgeries since I've been coming on the live stream. And I said, get your boobies checked, you know. I say it all the time because I have to keep being checked because I grow so many tumors constantly, have to have tumors removed. So I've talked about it with you guys before. But it's definitely something I don't recommend.
Okay.
That's that side.
Just then, because it's
6:50. Yeah.
Okay.
The other 4 I'll sew off camera. Alrighty. Set them in the proper direction. Alright. If you guys have any questions or anything, ask now or hold your peace till next Sunday. Oh, wait, is there a breakfast at Tiffany's this week? There is, huh? Oh, man, I gotta find something to do this Thursday. You know, and I keep making all these quilts. I'm telling you, it's a never-ending cycle in my world.
Pull a book out that everybody wanted to see.
Pull the book out.
Not now.
Oh, yeah. Well, I wanted to work with this one because this is the newest book that was sent to me, you know? This one has a bunch of cool blocks in it.
Why don't you do that on Thursday?
Make blocks on Thursday?
Yeah, just different blocks. And then in the future, you can put them into something.
Yeah, we can play in this block book. Yeah, that's what I can do. They all have names, too. Like, this one's got Jeffrey's 9-patch block in it. Big T block. I would. You weren't asking them to me.
That's what I told you to look. I was ironing.
some people look at lips, some look at a little lower down. The what?
What are you reading?
The comments.
They want to know what the Beanie Baby thing is.
The Beanie Baby thing. Oh, it was a gift. It is a Beanie Boo collection. This one's Cassidy. It's a little purple cat. Someone bought it because they know I love the color purple and cats. See how cute. Yep, but it just sits and collects dust on the shelf.
Like everything?
Like everything else in this room. This room, entire house, this room is the dustiest. And surprising fact, the fabric room is the least dustiest room in the whole entire house. Like, seriously. I don't know why. I don't make, I guess it's because I don't really make a mess in there and sew and have thread dust everywhere, you know? Like, that's the least dustiest room of a house. This room is the dustiest, though. This room is dustier than every house I've ever lived in times 200. This room is horrible. But yeah, no, that's that. Anyways, let's see. What is the thing? It's just above sewing. Oh, that was that. I must have missed it. Long years ago, would not shall look like iron, like your steam, like flat. Yes, that iron that I got in the other room, the expensive one, that's the like amazing steam iron, Teresa. Definitely amazing. No, I don't see anything else. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. I'm gonna attempt for Thursday. We'll see about working in this book, and I'll tell you all what it is later. And maybe I'll work with another. I don't know. Whatever. I'll find some fat quarters and
You'll change your mind 10 times.
I'll change my mind 10 times between now and then. But I'll look through this. I haven't looked through it enough yet to choose something, and maybe grab some fat quarters and make a couple of blocks to make a wall hanging. But yes, it's an idea. It's a good idea. Yeah. All right. Well, I will see you guys all for breakfast at Tiffany's on Thursday at 8 a.m. Arizona time. And then Sunday, if you don't watch that on Sunday, I'll be on Sunday at 5 p.m. Arizona time. Bye, everybody.